Now, traditionally, during the biblical times, kings and rulers rode the ass. The ass was considered an animal of work, of labor, and it was considered the bearer of royalty. Now, metaphysically, because you know I'm going to give you the metaphysical interpretation, the ass represents the animal part of human consciousness. The animal part of human consciousness, and the coat represents the manifestation of that animal consciousness within man. Now, Jesus, in writing into Jerusalem, portrays the mastery over the animal nature and its manifestation by the I am identity. The I am identity is Jesus the Christ. Traditionally, we know Jesus was a man of Nazareth, son of Mary, savior of mankind, according to modern day Christian beliefs. But metaphysically, Jesus represents the I am identity in man, in self, the directive power raised to divine power and understanding. So you have the animal part of consciousness, which has been transformed and transmuted into divine power and understanding. So do you see how that rolls into each other? You see how that rolls into each other? You just have to ask for discernment. Jerusalem, traditionally, capital city of Palestine. In Abraham's time, it was called Salem. It was later renamed Jebus when it was inhabited and ruled by the Jebusites. And finally, it came to be known as Jerusalem. Jeru, first part of Jerusalem, means founding or constituting. Salem, the second part of the word, means peace, harmony, and prosperity. So metaphysically, Jerusalem is a habitation of peace, indwelling place of peace, foundation of peace, prosperity, abode. The I am consciousness abides in Jerusalem. That is divine love. In the physical body, Jerusalem is represented by the cardiac plexus, also known as the heart chakra. We're always working from the heart around here. That's where Jerusalem is the heart chakra. Jerusalem is a spiritual center in consciousness. It's the abiding consciousness of spiritual peace, which results from continuous realization of spiritual power that is tempered with spiritual poise and confidence. Again, I remind you, do your meditation on a daily basis. You know, half-cocked actions get half-cocked results. Church meditation is not a Sunday only. I say church as the fellowship we have with one another. It's not a one day a week method. It's all days, 365 days a year. Jerusalem is divine love center in consciousness, the state of consciousness where we are in possession of peace. Philippians 4:7 tells us there's a great peace there, the peace of God which passes all understanding, which shall keep your heart and minds through Jesus Christ. We're talking about the I am consciousness again. Jerusalem, by the way, is also known as the city of David, which metaphysically translates into divine love that's individualized in human consciousness. Now, palm fronds. We're told in the story that people took the palm fronds off the trees and laid them on the path that Jesus was taking. Metaphysically, the palms represent an unlimited resource of strength in body, mind, and spirit. So who is our eternal resource? Who's our source and our resource? Who is our source and our resource? I know you guys know. Hello? Are you guys asleep out there? Who is our source and our resource? God. Thank you very much. So standing on the strength of God, all things are possible. Do you understand now? The palm fronds represent the strength of God. By him walking, bringing the coat across the palm fronds, all things are possible through the strength of God. Hosanna. That's what the people were yelling as he came by. It was spoken by the multitudes in reference to Jesus as he entered into Jerusalem. Matthew 21:9 tells us, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. Now, metaphysically, Hosanna represents the joyful obedience and homage. When our erroneous thought process, when our erroneous state of mind is overcome And our inner thoughts are awakened and quickened spiritually when we've moved up to the ladder, when we've awakened. That's why I ask you all the time, are you awake? Are you paying attention? Are you awake? So to summarize this, Jesus riding out of Bethphage and Bethany into Jerusalem signifies progressive unfoldment. The unfoldment of the time when the spiritual I am takes control and lifts all of the animal forces of man into the spiritual planes of mastery, purity, and peace. It is the season and the reason of transmutation and transformation. Jesus going into Jerusalem represents taking the last step in spiritual unfoldment, preparing for the final step when the personality is entirely crucified and the Christ consciousness triumphs. For with the strength of God, all things are possible. Our speaker this morning has spoken many, many times to us. She always brings some enlightenment of some sort. You guys just listen for 2 seconds. And so without any further ado, I'm going to bring up Associate Minister Cherie, who has some wonderful, wonderful things to share with us. And so it is.